Hello again, YouTube. So today's video is going to be a inbox review of the HMS hood from Trumpeter in 1/700 scale. This is the 1931 version of the ship, and if it looks anything like the Saratoga did, I think it'll turn out to be a good build. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you did, and ring that bell to get notifications on my new videos. Just saw the HMS hood. When it was built, it's one of the largest ships there was. That's why I had the nickname the Mighty Hood. And it has some nice box art too, I think. I think the best one so far for the ships, the best box art for the ships I had was from the Arizona. It looked really nice. Here's a painting and marking guide. Color like often gives by these Trumpeter kits. It's showing a deck yellow. Well, it looks like yellow, but it's tan. So it's a bare wood color. And it's otherwise it's just gray. It's medium gunship gray, or dark compass ghost gray. The two colors. I like these. They make good little posters to hang on the wall from your builds. So take a look at the instruction sheet. See, we have a 3-part hull. You can build this either as a waterline model or as a full hull model. I always build mine as full hull models. It has a waterline piece that I paint the edge black when I put it on. And it's easier to get this black stripe around it on ships that have the black stripe. Waterline plate, lower hull, upper hull. It has separate foredeck, center deck pieces. It says upper deck, and rear deck. So those are all separate pieces. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 7 trees of plastic. Here's a tree for the stand, a nameplate, and a decal sheet. And start by gluing the 3 parts of the upper hull on, the foredeck, center deck, and rear deck. And go for these structure parts here on the upper, here around the bridge, below the bridge and stuff. And then here's some more. And then put on the small guns on the side. Look like this is 5cm guns. I don't know what the main battery was on this. It was probably like 12 inch or something, like they had on these older ships before they come up with the 15 and 18 inch. No, they would have centimeter, but I don't know really what the equivalent is. This all these parts here is just the superstructure to the hull. It's kind of annoying how they're folded. Then you go here, some radar dishes. Here. Forecastle here. And details. I'm building the bridge here. stacks. And there's ladders for the stacks. And the base and everything. More parts to the bridge here. Then you have the main batteries. Building the main batteries. Cranes. Boats. Putting the boats on. More. Here's the mast, main mast. That's not the main mast, here's the aft mast. It just has the main and the aft. Putting the two stacks here. The bridge. And this back pieces here. Then you just put the what you built from the upper part of the ship together with the lower hull and the waterline plate. You could also you could leave the lower hull off if you wanted to build a waterline model. Then here's with the here's a ferry. It says ferry. I don't know what kind of ferry it is. It wouldn't be a swordfish. I'm not sure what their model was for a recovery plane back then. It's a biplane though, with floats. And the last here you have the base, nameplate, and here putting on the screws and the rudder. So it's not a very complicated build, and it doesn't have a lot of extra detail parts, like it doesn't have any photo etch in it. Let's take a look at these parts then. Here's the base. It's the same as the base for the Saratoga and the Yorktown, just a little plastic base with the nameplate inside. Oh, it has the aircraft is in clear parts, just like for the aircraft carrier. The planes were also clear. That's actually pretty cool. It turns out better, especially if they have canopies. So here we have the waterline plate. It's a simple piece, nothing really to show. I paint the edge of it black all around, so when you put it together you have this black line around it. Here's the lower hull and the upper hull together. They protect it, which is pretty cool. There's also really nothing to show, except for here you can see on the bottom the two pin marks that have to be taken care of. This gives a better look at it. Yeah, you can see it good there. Pin mark there, also there. These have to be cut off, sanded down, and polish up a bit, so it comes out with an even so the bottom of the hull looks even, not too these marks don't show. So first I want to take a look at these decks, see how the planks look. See, a lot of problems, a lot of ships having decks that aren't, where the planks are just one long piece, and that's not right. But weird that this USS Arizona that I have, that is such an older kit, actually has separate planks marked off, even though they're kind of weird looking. This one actually looks like it has separate planks, so yes. So here on the deck you can actually see the separate planks. And it looks really good, I think. Probably one of the best plastic decks that I've seen in any of these kits that I've done so far. I think it looks really good. It'll take some, I think first a beige wood color, and then a light dark wash to make it stick out some. The foredeck is also marked really good. So one plus on this kit, the separate planks are marked off on the decks, which is really cool. Okay, there should be another part to the deck somewhere. Oh, here. Here we have two more deck pieces. These deck pieces, the same marking for the flanks. Here you also, this is the front, you have the chains for the anchors. I actually wish they would put real chains in it and let you put them on there. That would be really cool. Now this whole deck isn't marked, just the front part here. See if I can get it in the right light. There we go. You can see the planks on this one too. But it's only in the front part. The back part, I guess, is completely covered, so they didn't put any markings there. Now here we have a couple of trees too. Here's parts of the superstructure. So here's a couple trees. Superstructure parts. I see a boat here as well. I don't see any flesh. You see the holes, the windows are actually holes. So you can do a little, you can actually put a light inside if you wanted to. And some fine detail on the top of here. And stairs. The stairs are visible there. Here's a couple of the boats. More parts for the superstructure. They look good. Details look good, and there's no flash. More boats. This thing has a lot of boats. Here you can see the ribs in these boats. small ones here. You can see the ribbing. Here are the gun tubes. They look really round. There's a mold line though, it'll have to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's not all that bad. Just around the top and the bottom, the small, maybe a little flash or a mold line, but it's not so bad that they really need to replace, I don't think. Here are these are the mounts for the guns. They look pretty good too. And there's a lot of boats here. And here's a couple of flat cannons. Some of the bigger flat cannons. So that's the same. There are two identical trees there. It looks like the detail, they did a good job detailing this for the size. I would love to have all my ships in 1/350, but that's just too big. I would never find a place for them all. It's hard enough with 1/700 because they're still about a foot long. But 1/350, it's like 2 feet long, except for like the USS Texas in 1/350 because it's a smaller battleship. So it's still about, I don't know, 18 inches or so. The Missouri in 1/700, it was just huge. It's just as long as the USS Texas. And half the scale. But USS Missouri in 1/350 would be cool. Here is mast parts here. There's different parts for the superstructure, and the towers, and the masts, and there's a lot of detail. Looks really good. Here, once again, you see there are actually holes, so you could put a light inside, and you would have it would look like the lights are on. And all these parts are little holes. And I think it looks really good. Here are the last trees. There's two more identical trees. This has the stacks, the main batteries, more boat parts, the top of some of the boats. Well, here's the top and the bottom, the cranes. Ooh, I don't know what that is really. A lot of different detail parts here, along with the main batteries and the main gun tubes. Main gun tubes look pretty good. Look, you see the detail on the top of the stack? Right there. That looks pretty good too. For this scale, let's say, I thought the Saratoga was really cool. It looks pretty damn good, except for the problem with the planks, unfortunately. But this looks a lot even better. Looks like it's going to turn into a fine kit of the USS Hood. USS HMS Hood, sorry. But, yeah, if you want a model of the HMS Hood, this looks like a really good 1/700 scale of it. I really wish I could get a 1/350 scale of it. But, yeah. That's not going to happen. I still need a couple more shelves for the ships I have. I like some of these IKEA shelves. And, yeah, I would recommend this kit. It looks really good. And for our next video, we're going to be taking a look at, and in our next video, we'll be taking a look at this Fairy Swordfish Mark I from Tamiya, in 1/48 scale. Now, I'm hoping this will turn out really good. It's like the only biplane, one of the few biplanes they still used in World War II. because it was such a good aircraft. And they were also short on Navy planes, but still, it turned out to be really effective. So until next time.